So we're gonna stretch the calf, but before we go into the calf and the ankle mobility, we wanna strengthen the front side of the ankle. Go down, that's it, strengthen up. So by hitting this first, then as we're going into the ankle mobility, we actually have muscle tissue built up along here. So this is our foundation. Measurable, progressive overload over time. You can't be too strong from the ground up. Now after we address the ankle, now we get into the knees and the hips. If you think about life, we start out when we're young, we're super flexible. Then we get older, we get stronger. As we get even older, we lose both. So I think the key to longevity is to train the strength and flexibility combined. So now we did the ankle, we're getting up into the knee and the hip. This is my personal favorite exercise because it allows you to rebuild your knee through a full range of motion while lengthen through those hip flexors, which stiffen up just from modern lifestyle. This is part of the squat equation, but in cultures where we stop deep squatting, the adductor inner thigh tissues also tend to stiffen up. So we'll take a look at that as well. So we looked at how the split squat works the ankle, the knee. Now this allows you to load into those adductor tissues. You put those together, you have your squat mobility. His form is outstanding, but it takes a lot of intention not to round the back on this one. If the back rounds, you're not actually stretching into those. You're trying to prevent the back from rounding. So as much as we want the back to resist rounding, we also don't want to be incapable when it does round. So getting on a slant board seems to really loosen up stiffness behind the knee. After knee injuries, it tends to get really tight. I think for modern footwear, we tend to be really tight through there. So now I'm intentionally rounding the back, going nice and slow, flexing my quads and getting down there, slowly coming back up. It seems like the most protected back can resist rounding, can round, can even go into positions in the opposite of rounding. So my goal for training is to train to the point where I feel like I couldn't hurt my knee, I couldn't hurt my back if I tried. Of course, it's relative. It's just a math equation of the force of life versus what you can handle. But this approach for the back has seemed really effective. I've tried what happens if I don't do anything for rounding. You seem to get a little bit better results when you do have some ability rounding. And the same goes for the other side. I like people to be really safe. Don't go into the wall this way and bonk your knee. Start sideways. Now get into this position. Make sure you can contract the glute and actually flex into the wall before you go back. I only want you going through range that you're strong in. I like to have this rest, kind of like people naturally rest when they sit in this position. So it's not necessarily outside or all the way together. There's a slight bend there. And then trying to own that position because your hip flexors that we started opening up on the full range of motion split squat, they start at your lower spine, they wrap around, and they connect all the way to here. So this seems to be a missing link, just like that slant Jefferson curl, the couch stretch. These seem to be finishing touches that really make the knees and the back feel good. My left knee, I was told, wouldn't fully bend again. It doesn't just bend, it has like elite ability to bend, but that wouldn't have occurred if I didn't put these outer ranges into it. And to finish it off, that upper posture and then the external rotators. These seem to be the most commonly stiff and weak positions for the shoulders. So you're actually able to gradually load through a full range of motion. If that seems scary to you adding weight, you can just start against any solid surface, hands together, gradually walk back and look down and just hold a stretch. So every tool in this, you can start at a 0 level. In my Back Zero program, we started just like that, getting comfortable holding our strength in that position. Now for weightlifting, it becomes my favorite upper body exercise personally, is gradually loading with the dumbbell, stretching and being explosive. Since my sport's basketball, I really just need bulletproof shoulders and super mobile, fast arms. And these two, the external rotator plus the pullover, give me that. Now let's look at that external rotate a little bit deeper before we move on. So the dumbbell's gonna rest just to the inside of the kneecap. What matters is controlling it down, not getting momentum, and strengthening up. It actually doesn't matter. You could, if you face this way or you face this way, it's still fine. Facing this way is significantly harder than going here is much easier. I like to just kind of do it right in the middle To quote Edor Portal, who did it this style, where he would start here, go to failure, turn a little, turn a little, turn a little. He says get brutally strong in those external rotators. These are some muscles that attach down to keep the shoulder in the socket. Just as you can't be like too strong in your ankle, it also seems like you can't be too strong in opposing muscles to the one that you're producing force in. But it takes a lot of discipline to hold your form, to get stronger over time. I think for a sport like CrossFit, you want at least 10% of your body weight to be totally pain-free, easy for at least 10 reps, so then the barbell doesn't have much of an effect on the shoulder. So this was a glimpse inside the ATG Mobility Class. Sure, you can do it with me online, but you can now do it here at Paradiso CrossFit in Venice Beach. They have a Culver City location. They have all the tools and 24/7 membership. So if you're an ATGer, you can actually come train here and have a membership to work out anytime. And huge and special thanks to my wife who came in and helped me teach this. I had to run through this, but she's mastered all this as well. And thanks, babe.
You're welcome.
Yep. Thanks for watching and supporting.